Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 underappreciated Broadway songs.
That's how it should be.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most underrated musical gems that deserve a big round of applause. Which one of these songs is your favorite? Be sure to let us know by leaving a comment below. Number 10. Without Love, Hairspray.
Oh, Tracy, they can keep us from kissing, but they can't stop us from singing. Once I was a selfish fool who never understood.
Hairspray is a show that manages to find hope and comedy in some of life's heaviest moments. At one point in the story, protagonist Tracy Turnblad and a handful of other characters find themselves in trouble after protesting racism. What eventually follows is a song called Without Love, where Tracy, her love interest Link, her BFF Penny, and Penny's beau Seaweed sing as a quartet.
Life is like a beat that you can follow.
Like the starry day, I'll be a part. I'll be yours forever.
'Cause I never wanna be.
The tune centers on how life and all its meaning are obsolete without the presence of love. It's filled with rich similes, lots of personality, and even some comedy that set it apart.
Like a week that's only Mondays, only ice cream, never Sundays. Like a circle with no center, like a door marked, do not enter.
Along with Run and Tell That, Without Love needs, well, a lot more love.
Loving you have been leaving me, never leaving without love.
Number 9. Shadowland, The Lion King.
Shadowland, the leaves have fallen.
One of the best things about the stage adaptation of The Lion King is that it gives the character of Nala more agency. During the second act, she makes a massive sacrifice by traveling away from the Pride Lands to seek assistance, escape Scar's horrific dictatorship, and find a new home.
Can't stay here, my family, but I'll remember my pride.
As Rafiki and the other lionesses support her decision, they all follow her lead in performing Shadowland. As you can imagine, the result is a deeply haunting and impactful moment, and it leaves a mark on listeners that remains after the last note plays. So why exactly isn't it on everybody's radar? Number 8. I Didn't Plan It, Waitress.
Go ahead, throw your rocks at me from your little glass house and then take off running. You're no better than me.
One of the many themes explored in Waitress is judgment. The musical does an excellent job of featuring the characters in indiscriminate situations that are way more nuanced than they seem. For instance, supporting character Becky is caught making out with her manager Cal.
I didn't plan it, taking back what's been taken for granted. And I can't stand it.
This is made even more complicated by the fact that they're both married to other people. During her solo I Didn't Plan It, she reveals that while she's responsible for her actions, she's also human. Much like When He Sees Me, it's an empathetic and compassionate number that shows how embracing imperfection can set one free.
He's what if when he sees me? What if he doesn't like it? What if he runs the other way and I can't hide from it?
It doesn't often get the same attention as Waitress's other songs like She Used to Be Mine, but it should.
Something to feel.
Number 7. Do You Love Me? Fiddler on the Roof.
New World, Love, Golden. Do you love me?
Do I what?
Fiddler on the Roof is often regarded as one of the most important shows in the musical theater canon. With iconic songs like Tradition and Matchmaker, Matchmaker, it's no surprise that it's so loved. However, even the most celebrated productions have numbers that deserve more praise. Take, for example, Tevye and Golda's duet Do You Love Me?
Maybe it's indigestion.
Golda, I'm asking you a question. Do you love me?
It starts off with the former asking his wife a simple question and turns into a bittersweet tune about the longevity of love. After 25 years of marriage, the two prove to each other that their love is there, even if it doesn't always seem like it.
Het is 24 jaar was kleb met hem, ges met hem, gewast met hem, alles met hem, bij nacht, bij tag. Is das nicht Liebe so?
Surprisingly tender and intimate, it may not be Fiddler's most popular song, but boy does it have plenty of heart.
After 25 years, it's nice to know.
Number 6. One Short Day, Wicked.
One short day in the Emerald City.
Libraries, palaces, museums, these are just a few Emerald City attractions mentioned in the oft-overlooked but incredibly amazing Wicked song One Short Day. As BFFs Glinda and Elphaba play tourists in the bright, shiny green metropolis, the tune whisks listeners away on a grand yet quick adventure.
There are buildings tall as Quaxwood trees, dress salons, libraries, palaces, museums, 100 strong. There are wonders like I've never seen. It's all grand, it's all green.
Indeed, musical theater legend Stephen Schwartz's spellbinding orchestrations and whimsical lyrics are a pure delight. It goes without saying, but it's a can't-skip track on the musical's original Broadway cast recording.
Short day in the Emerald City. One short day to have a lifetime of fun. One short day.
However, it does leave us with one very important and pressing question. What exactly is a Quaxwood tree? We're happy to keep wondering, as long as we can shine a light on the incredible number that is One Short Day.
Sharing my wonderful shine.
The wizard will see you now.
Number 5. We both reached for the gun, Chicago.
Mr. Billy Flynn in the press conference rag. Notice how his mouth never moves. Almost.
Where'd you come from?
Mississippi.
The name on everybody's lips has indeed been Roxy, but we're here to ask you to give a more underrated Chicago gem a round of applause. We Both Reached for the Gun is one of the show's most clever and fun numbers, and more than deserves the spotlight.
It's so defensible.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, people.
After all, it's basically one part press conference and one part vaudevillian spectacle. What more could you want? Facing murder charges, Roxy Hart is coached by her lawyer Billy Flynn, creating an innocent persona as hungry reporters watch on.
How you feeling?
Very frightened.
Are you sorry?
Are you kidding?
What's your statement?
She plays the dummy to his imaginary ventriloquist self as the two give him the old razzle-dazzle. Oh yes, we can't wait to hit replay on this entertaining little number.
Both reached for the gun.
Number 4. Hurricane, Hamilton.
In the eye of a hurricane there is quiet for just a moment. The yellow sky.
By now, every track featured in Hamilton seems to be a certified smash hit. However, there are still some songs that need a little bit more love. Chief among them is Hurricane.
I wrote my way out of hell, I wrote my way to revolution. I was louder than the crack in the fell. I wrote Eliza love letters until she fell. I wrote about the Constitution and defended it well.
The Act 2 song is one of the show's finest, but also one of its least talked about. Following Alexander Hamilton's affair with Maria Reynolds, the Founding Father sees his personal and professional life at risk, and is forced to do some damage control. He sings about the calm before a storm, recalls his childhood struggles, and ultimately decides to go public with his mistake via the Reynolds pamphlet. It gradually builds in intensity, perfectly setting the scene for the turbulence that's about to unfold.
I'll write my way out, write everything down far as I can see.
Number 3. Will I? Rent.
Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care?
Jonathan Larson's musical Rent has earned its spot in musical theater history by pushing boundaries and shaking up Broadway. The production is full of emotional and affecting numbers like Halloween.
When single frames from one magic night forever flicker in close-up on the 3D IMAX of my mind.
But perhaps the most underappreciated is Will I? During a support group meeting for people living with AIDS, the attendees express their distress and anxieties about what the end of their lives will look like.
Will I lose my dignity? Will I lose my dignity? Will someone care? Someone care? Will I wait tomorrow?
The lyrics are simple and cut straight to the point. Larson wrote it after multiple sessions at an actual support group, where he heard patients' stories. Question after question, the song packs a strong punch and tugs at our heartstrings. Number 2. Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again, The Phantom of the Opera.
Wishing you were somehow here again. Wishing you were somehow near.
The Phantom of the Opera is spectacular musical theater at its finest. Of course, it's chock full of grand numbers like Notes' Prima Donna, and there's no shortage of power. Just look at Think of Me. But the show also finds time to ground itself in personal moments, and it's one of these we wish got more recognition.
Wishing I could hear your voice again, knowing that I never would.
During Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again, chorus girl turned prima donna Christine Daae goes to visit her late father at the cemetery amid a difficult time. While she longs for her dad's help, her words perfectly embody the complexity and nuance of grief.
Why can't the past just die?
It's a touching and somber piece that digs deep and leaves no dry eyes behind.
Help me say goodbye.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. He Was My Boyfriend, Young Frankenstein. This tune always leaves us in stitches.
He was a monster and a beast. His midnight bangings never ceased. It didn't faze me in the least. He was my boyfriend.
If Only Quartet, The Little Mermaid. It deserved to make more of a splash.
I'd give my life up to make it happen.
I'll listen as I should have done so.
How I wish that girl could have been this one.
Abandoned in Bandon, Once. So good you can't just listen to it once.
Too many complications and not enough hand in glove. And not enough hand in glove. Abandoned in Bandon!
Woman, the Pirate Queen. a powerful but oft-forgotten ballad fit for a queen.
I have my dreams, I have made plans, I see horizons wide as a man's. Must I be nothing till I'm some man's wife?
Easy to be hard, Hair. A captivating song that's perfect for the stage, the big screen, or your playlist. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. A Little Fall of Rain, Eponine's Death, Les Miserables.
Don't you fret, Monsieur Marius, I don't feel any pain. A little fall of rain can hardly hurt me now.
Hear us out, Les Mis isn't all doom and gloom. Underrated songs like Master of the House offer some relatively lighter fare. Still, there's something about those gut-wrenching numbers that we can't help but love. Take, for example, A Little Fall of Rain. It isn't just a melody and lyrics. It's a confession, a goodbye, and a tearjerker.
You would live 100 years if I could show you how. I won't desert you now.
During the climactic barricade scene, Eponine is fatally wounded. Dying in Marius's embrace, she confesses her feelings for him through this duet. The number joins the ranks of other poignant yet neglected ones like Empty Chairs at Empty Tables.
I can hear them now, the very words that they had sung.
While Eponine's On My Own is considered her big moment, A Little Fall of Rain is her most criminally overlooked.
And rain will make the flower.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.